hey there. This is Heel&Toe, where we talk about cars and then some. Thank you for joining me on this very beautiful day where we had something very nice for you. And it is straight from the beaches of Normandy. Not exactly that one, but 73 years later they gave us this, the Jeep Grand Cherokee, not Cherokee, Cherokee 2014. This is the Overland edition. Come closer, come closer. It doesn't bite that much or hard. Under here we have the 3.6 liter V6 Pentastar engine. Now there are a few other options. You can get the 5.7 liter Hemi or the mad fire and brimstone breathing 6.2 liter SRT edition. That one goes really fast, and if you're not impressed by that, there's also the Trackhawk edition, but that's for the 2018 Jeep, which goes from 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds. Yeah, the fastest SUV in the world. Picking up kids will be very nice. But apart from that, we also have, for this edition, very chunky tires. As you can see, this is meant to go off-road. And it do have air suspension that goes up 1, 2, or 3 inches. I will get the exact one. Don't think about inches. Don't even laugh. Don't you dare laugh. So there's a lot more to it. I think we can go to the back now and see what's at the very back. No, it doesn't clap. Not those kind of chicks. No. At the back, as you can see, it's also very, very chunky, really huge. But then again, Americans are chunky, so this is kind of their thing. And we shall touch this. Let's touch a bit, and it flows open. And you can see the boot space over here. Now we have the shade that goes all the way back. Oh, I got it the first try. You can have that, or you can have it without and have it just as it is. Now, as it is, the boot space is a bit limited. It's not as big as, say, the Lexus RX or the Prado or the VX. But that's also because we have a full-size spare tire and not those donut thingies that usually have the small ones. No, it's all big. Yeah, it's all big in America. Very, very big. The seats, of course, can slide all the way back. Let me see if I can push this. Yeah, we're gonna have to go all around to push it. So join me inside the car as we review what is inside the car. But check this out. Yeah, but you see that often. And it's soft closes too. Tell me, isn't that a back that looks real nice? I think I've talked about too much about the exterior. Let's go inside the car and see what is there. I'm still running over the car. Yeah. And as you can see, there's so much space. We have very nice plush perforated cream leather seats, which is actually a nice touch. And the steering also feels very nice, though I would have loved some, you know, Alcantara feel, a bit more premium kind of feel. But then again, this is not C-range on the ball. This is a Jeep Grand Cherokee. It is more practical than you'd actually think. Let's put it on. As you can see, ooh, it moves. And this is because we have settings for the seat. As you can see at the door, if my cameraman can pan there, you can see those are settings for the seats. So if you have 3 drivers or 4 drivers, they can set their settings, and so you don't have to keep messing with your seats all over again. Though I will say, I'm not very used to this slow. See, this takes so much time. I don't know. This is actually getting a bit awkward. Let's say I want to lean back. Actually, no, that's lean back. Yeah, that's the one that leans back. It's nice, but it's a bit... I'm used to the cranking. The one that you just crank and you fall all the way back. But it's nice. It's really nice for something that is at this price level. As you can see, we also have the console, which is responsive for once. This is actually one of those touchscreens that is not too complicated. It's for a touchscreen, especially over a car, it's naturally not that bad. It's good. It doesn't take 20 seconds to respond to anything. You can set your phone ready, as I did here. We have my phone book, which I should probably remove after this review. You can also set it to Bluetooth. Where is the Bluetooth button? Oh yeah, you see, ganja probably not ganja burns. I should insist, this is a song. It's not actually ganja burning, But yes, there's so much controls there. You can control the climate settings, the heated seats. You have heated seats. You also have climate settings. You can do the maps. But at least for this one, you'll have to download it for this market per se. You also have the radio. Once you put on the radio, you have the FM radio. You have that. AM if you live in Mars or something like that. Yeah, we just need to shut that door too completely. Thank you. Yes, you have the FM radio. See, sounds really nice. Or we can shift to, where is it again? Bluetooth. Yes, these are pair devices. You can see the pair devices, and you can actually remove the pair devices, disconnect the phone. See, it's really nice. Controls, the mirror dimmer, heated seats if you want to heat your seats, media, go back to Bluetooth, and right now it is playing from whatever is on my phone. So you see, it's really easy. Or you can play something from the SD card or DTV. I feel like this is a version of a TV, but I'm not very familiar with it. I'll get back to you on that one. So let's put it on and see what happens then.
Not connected.
As you can,
card inserted.
As I was saying before she rudely interrupted me, this is also a Japanese version, so you can hear it is English but with a Japanese accent. So this was made specifically for the Japanese market. Now from here we can change settings of the 4x4 drive. Actually, you have, you can see we have sand, we have snow, and there's mud, and there's rock. And every time you change some of them, the automatic ride adjustment also shifts. You can feel the car moving on up or going a bit lower, so that you get your settings for when you're off-road, so that you don't hit all the nasty things that are over the sea, all at the touch of a button. But as usual, you leave it at auto. There are a few other things. Oh yeah, this is the gear stock. Changing the gear levers, actually, you should call it a gear lever. Looks very juicy, very nice. On the brake, you just touch it once, and it goes. That's in park, that's in reverse, that's neutral, and this is drive. See? Yeah. Oh yeah. We are a bit low on fuel. You were not supposed to see that, but yeah, that's how it usually is. A few other settings we have. When was the last time you saw an ashtray in a car? I have not seen an ashtray in a very long time, but I will give it to them. First of all, this is big because, again, America. But because you can remove it, it's a small thing. You can also dump whatever was in there. So yes, when you have your cigars and whatever was written over here, it's very nice. Onto the center console, we also have another port with the 12 volts for plugging in a charger or something like that. And also, yeah, this is what Doug DeMuro, shout out to Doug DeMuro, would call a quirky feature. Why is there a CD player here? Why? It's 2018, people. It's 2018. Okay, this is from 2014, but still in 2018. Why do we need the CD here? It's just, why? And it's robbing of so much space here. This is not necessary. Why? Why? But if you're from 2003 and you want to play your CDs, here it is. Now let's go to the back seat, see if there's space. Oh, but I should mention there is a lot of space in front. There is a lot of space. You are not going to feel cramped. And I know I'm not the tallest of dudes. No, I am very average, but they still, see, so much height difference. Let's get to the back and see how it is. And we are back. Yes, I just love jumping in because it's a bit high. I have to sort of jump in. That's because of the adjustable suspension. But as you can see, there's space. I can sit very comfortably. It's a 3-seater, and we also have your cup holders. So let's say you have your family, mom, dad, 2 kids. It's comfortable. You have your cup holders over here. You can close it all the way back. We have AC. Oh, and we also have 2 USB ports over here. See? So whenever you put your AC on, you can also, the climate control changes to both sides, from the front side also to the back side. It's really good. And I should mention how good this radio is. I'll put it on in a minute. But as you can see, I'm also going to shift these seats if I can find where we shift the seats from. Where is that point? Ah, see? I found it. It's exactly where I thought it was. So yes, you can fold these seats and it will be flush all the way. And you can also remove this, I believe. And you get a lot more cargo space. So when you go to your shags, or your grandma's, or your papa, or your shosho, or your go-go, depending on where you're from, you can throw in everything over here. So it feels very odd because this feels so nice now. It feels so nice. But yes, there is so much space back here. Ooh. Let me just lean this back a bit more. Ah, see? It's also nice because if you're on a long trip, you just lay back on this leather. It's so much fun. So, having seen all that, let's take a drive and see how it is. And so, as I was saying, we have quite the infotainment system here. First of all, apart from just being appealing and actually working when you touch it, it actually sounds amazing. I get a load of that though. Your ass don't want to get shot. A lot of MCs came to my showdown. They watch me put your go down. As you can go, and those that roll without a doubt, I never been. Shout out to ODB. But yes, this is actually just the standard one because apart from this, you can option it up and get the 19 speaker Harman Kardon. I hope I say that properly. Harman Kardon system, and that should be bonkers. Because if this is really this good though, I wish you could hear the bass in this. This is mad. Mad, you guys. Mad, 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 mad. And this is how you just set it up. Simple. Go to phone. Actually, go to settings. Go to Bluetooth. Say add device. And you add whatever device was there. See? Simple. So if it's alternative, and that's the phone that we just connected right now, and it just plays. See? Simple. And you can also call, because on the steering you also have the options for the call button, the voice recorder, and the when you hang up a call. And you can also use this. This is actually especially for the front console system. But to test this, let's go on the road and show you what it's like. Shall we? Oh yeah, there are a few key differences. If you're used to having your indicator stock on the right, it's on the left. So Team German people, you guys are okay. So let's just belt up as we go for a short drive on this undisclosed location. It feels really nice actually. The air suspension is nice. It feels tall. I will tell you that immediately. It is tall. If you're used to SUVs, this is fine, but if you're used to tiny cars, my god, you will need to reorient yourself so much. But otherwise, it's fine. I can see clearly. The A-pillars are not too thick. I love the way these side mirrors are thick as thieves. Really, really nice. The steering is of course a little bit vague, but in a car of this class you don't want your steering to be super tight because I mean it's huge first of all. If your steering is super tight, you'll keep hitting just every small thing. It's actually nice and lazy, which is what you want especially. So you know, it's not that bad. It's really good. The seats are nice. I feel comfortable in here. Albeit a tiny bit hard, but it works too. It's still fine. Now let's make a simple turn and see how much turning circles we need. Let's just turn before anyone comes. My nigga, hold on. Don't turn. Okay, you guys have to let me turn. You realize that? Keep turning. Go, my nigga, go! Are you gonna? Okay, you're gonna wait. Mr. Pojo, you're gonna have to wait for me, sir. Oh, as you can also see, we have a rear reverse camera that works really nice. And we hit drive, and we go. And it's nice. See? Such a very nice view, such a wide view. The rear camera is nice. We have a visor over here for keeping your shades when you want to flex on them. You have the lights that you just pop up in like that. And these lights, I'm sure they do something with the light. I'll find out later. You have your visors. See? And they light up really nicely. And so does that one too. It does the same thing. So nice. Now, this could have been better quality, I have to admit. It feels a little bit cheap at this price point. But you know what? I can live with it. It's not so bad. I'm reasonable. I'm not going to say I need so much over here just because it's a dashboard. It's nice, really. It's nice. Oh, and you also have heated side mirrors. So when it gets really cold and it steams up, it's you won't get that, you know, when it's very annoying. It gets very annoying when you're trying to look in your side mirrors and it's all foggy and whatnot. Also we have parking sensors, because again, with a car this size you need parking sensors. You cannot see all the way back even when you have the reverse camera, and it does tell you check entire surroundings because you can't even trust me. Now the reverse camera too, the resolution could have been a bit better. Yes, it could have been. Oh, you want to shut NAS up? That's NAS. With the world is yours. But okay, for the sake of the video, we will. So yeah, this actually feels really nice. Very nice. The pedals are well placed. We have several containers, spaces to put your bottles and whatnot here, on that door too, at the middle. Although I wish this middle thing didn't have the CD player, because why do you need a CD player? And another space to put in your bottle. I don't know if, yeah, this would fit your kawaida bottle or your coffee mug. It would fit. So yeah, this is actually really nice. Now, if you're not used to SUVs, as I've said before, this takes some getting used to. Actually, it takes some getting used to because it feels so grand. Grand Cherokee. I know what I did there. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Not bad. It is, yeah, of course it's a bit sluggish. It's a huge SUV, but from a 3.6, it's efficient. It's not so bad. If you want more ground, go for the Hemi or the 6.2 LV8. Yes, that's where the big dogs play at. That will throw you into the back seat, and you'll still want to do it again. You'll crawl to the front seat and do it all over again and again and again. But yeah, this is not for beating your rivals with Subarus and CG what. No. This is not for that. This is for chilling, you know. It's an SUV. Relax. You made your cash. You're living it up. You just want a car to chill in, and not the usual VXs and what have you, the Lexus and whatnot. You want something different, something American, because you know it's America, baby. So, my conclusion with the Grand Cherokee Jeep. Here's what I think about it. It's different. That was heavy. It's actually different. So if you're looking for something that's not the usual Prado, VX, or as most people call them V8s, it is an engine, get with the times, or the RX, you can have the Grand Cherokee. It's different. It has so many quirks and features that I'm not used to, like the CD player at the center, or this especially. I assume this for rock crawling, but why is it jutting out so much? I could kick this and it will go, but why is it like this? Why? But even so, I can forgive it for small discrepancies like that, or small quirks and features like that. Shout out again to Doug DeMuro. Yeah, so come look at it. Now, you can get it at Ocean, of course, as the number plate says. They were so gracious as to allow us to use the units. You can catch them, they're located at Itanga Road, next to Valley Arcade, where they specialize in luxury vehicles just for you. So yes, it is the Grand Cherokee, storming beaches of Normandy since 1940. June 6th, if my history is not wrong. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. This has been Heel&Toe. You can always catch us as usual. Our social media is Heel&Toe 254 across every platform. Or if you want to be specific, Heel&Toe on YouTube, Heel&Toe 254 on Instagram, and Heel&Toe on Facebook. Catch you next time.